Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene report for February 2023. As always, I've been through all of the news and highlights of the Demoscene throughout this past month and try to compile everything together. All the links are on the description below on this video, and I also made a playlist with all of the things that are just playable for you to see immediately. It's divided into a few sections. We have a lot of things to cover on February 2023. So let's get right onto it. So the first things first is the Demoscene related media that we have to show you. So the first thing that I wanted to mention was this DS Demoscene channel that started creating captures of Nintendo DS demos that were not that good high quality. This was captured directly from a real hardware, and a lot of videos been updated by CI5 throughout the last month. So if you like the Nintendo DS scene and would like to see more demos, check out this playlist for sure. Then we have news about Revision 2023. It's been happening physically, as you know. You can already subscribe. The competition rules have been announced, so you can check all the compos that exist, and if you can participate, if you cannot participate. Some questions that I've been hearing is if it's possible to participate remotely. Yes, there will probably be a remote entrance participation ticket, but you can also try to convince someone who is going locally to submit the entry for you as well. There's always an option as well. Also, the shuttle bus information is now available, so if you already booked your flight, you can also register on the shuttle bus to see if they have shuttle buses available to take you from the airport directly to the party place. More things that happened in February. The Meteoriks nominees were announced. The Meteoriks are like the awards for highlighting the best releases from the previous year of the Demoscene. They happen every year. The winners are usually announced at Revision. The nominees have been listed during Mountain Bytes. There was this gala session that was streamed revealing all of the nominees. I'm going to do a specific video about that, so I'll leave it at that, but here's the page, so check out the page with all the different nominees that have been revealed at Mountain Bytes. Then this new service for the Demoscene called Demobucket has also been announced. If you're looking for a place to host small files of different Demoscene things, you can send an email to hostme@demobucket.org, and they will put it up available, so you have a small link to distribute your productions without fear that they will be, lost in a few months, in a few years. This will always retain them and do backups and things like that. So yeah, get in touch if you need this kind of services. Then we had Slay Radio doing the Remixer of the Year awards for remix64.com. Everything remixing the Commodore 64. They had all sorts of different categories and different awards giving out. They had this 2-hour session, 3-hour session even, playing all the different tracks that won. So do check out as well if you like Commodore 64 music and remixes. And I think that's it for Demoscene related media. The next category that we have to cover is the out of Compo releases, and let's start off with bootMona for the Atari Jaguar. It's a port or a remake of an original work for the Atari. This time made for the Atari Jaguar, so another kind of Atari. Another entry that was recently released is also actually an album by Mibri, a very famous Commodore 64 musician, released an album at Bandcamp, so you can check out his 19 tracks that were just recently released. I think most of them were previously made for other things, Demoscene and non-Demoscene related, so check it out. What else? Music disc for Amiga AGA by M.E.T.A.F.O.X DKHQ. They've been doing a lot of music discs on the past few months. SNDH also got an update, so if you want a compilation of all the music that is available for the Atari, SNDH tries to put that together, and they did the special intro announcing the latest major update that archive got. Nice little intro. Forever Demo Party is happening. They released an invitation. It's going to be happening in March already. So hope you are able to attend. Slovakia, nice little intro here to announce that they are having Forever Demo Party happening again physically. Feedback number 14, another music disc for the Amiga, also been released by Void. Crabbox 17, a demo pack for the Amiga with the latest Amiga intros. Also Crabbox -19, so older stuff, I believe, not very recent stuff. Also been released as a demo pack by the Electronic Knights. Cybersomnium by Software Failure got a final version. This was released back in December, early December. Same demo party where Batman Rises was released. This was the second place demo, and it was already looking pretty good, but it was still the party version, and now this is the final version. It's actually an intro, not a demo. A lot of good quality graphics in it, and some nice effects and sound as well. So well done, Ham, doing this final version. What else? On the Commodore 64, Pretzel Logic released a stable label, so check that out as well if you're a Pretzel Logic fan. Chipsystem by Hemoroids released for the Atari ST, a music disc with different chiptune music. Flizzer Tracker, a tracker made specifically for this really interesting piece of hardware called the Flipper Zero, which can be used as a controller, has a chip in it. It does play Doom, so what else do you probably want? And some people are doing some other tools for that, like the Flizzer Tracker that we just mentioned. Really interesting platform. What else? Kokuhaku by Triad also got released for the Commodore 64. And the James D. Sachs slideshow by Artstate for the Amiga as well. Another announcement for the 68K Inside. This is like the 8th release that they have, inviting you to attend 68 Inside. They really want you to attend. This one for the Sega Genesis Mega Drive, also as we call it in Europe. And then last but not least on this category, we also have the art pack released by Impure 84, a lot of good high quality Ashi and Ansi stuff. You can see a few previews here of the different things. Highly recommend you checking it out. I'm gonna just click a random one and scroll down a little bit, show you the detail of the stuff. So yeah, Ashi and Ansi scene still very much active in the demo scene. So that wraps up the second part of this video, which was the out of Compo releases. Let's get right into it for all online competitions and demo parties. The first one that I wanted to talk about was the ZXGFX competition organized at retroscene.org website. Just simple graphics competition for ZX Spectrum graphics. But since it was released, I wanted to mention it. Not that many entries, but pretty decent quality overall. What else do we have? We also have Lovebyte, major demo party, the biggest demo party every year regarding tiny size coding things. I was one of the people helping organize, mostly dealing with hosting and a few things. Also try to make quite a few entries for it. But let's get started going compo by compo, and I'm gonna skip a few things here because we don't have much time for the whole video, so I'm gonna show really some of the highlights that stood up, but a lot of these things are worth having a second watch or second see, or just rewatching the entire competition. The videos are up at Lovebyte YouTube channel as well, so check those, and I think you'll be really impressed with the things that can be done in very small sizes. So the main thing that I wanted to highlight was first the countdown to Lovebyte that the Watcher and Toback did every single day. They did a new effect on the TIC-80 that was very cute to see. And Forever Reality, a 4K remaking Second Reality, but very well done, very anti-aliased and things like that for MS-DOS. So that was really cool to see as well, and was one of the highest voted entries from the party overall. But these things were released outside any compo, the list that you see here. There were a lot of compos. You can see the list here. Shadows by by Exoticorn got the winner for the 128-byte intro fantasy console. Fantasy console includes DIC80, Pico 8, Micro W8, and also JavaScript sort of things. A lot of good releases, but I think the highlight it really is Shadows. Moving on to 128-byte high-end intro competition, Pestis won with this Into the Light. The second place was actually for the Risk V. Is it Risk V or Risk 5? I say Risk V. Risk V special custom hardware that outputs into an oscilloscope, and there were quite a few entries for this platform throughout the party. Snowflake Collection got second place in particular. We also have Lovebyte getting third place. Going to own to old school 128-byte Koala Magenta won this one. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see the screenshot a bit better. Formations got second place, Parallax by Dieter, and then something for the Vectrax. Also very cool to see some size coding for the Vectrax, and something for the BBC Micro. So yeah, a lot of entries, a lot of interesting stuff. 16-byte, which is ridiculously small size, also had a couple of entries. Then on the old school competition as well, some things that might or might not resemble some glitches. This one looked pretty cool. People on a train, beep bars, so all sorts of tiny size coding stuff. 1K was the highest category that they had, and it was quite a good compo. I did something for this compo in particular, so I was very interested in following it. I did something for the TIC80, actually, you can see here, for Brasset. I was very pleasantly accomplished with what I did, but there were other TIC80 intros which are also pretty cool. F.O.X the Boink, RTX Pteroids doing ray tracing stuff, and then a few things abusing the more modern technologies in Windows, pixel shading kind of stuff. So you can see Countdown to Extinction, One More Song for Micro W8, Odd Future by Tomcat of Abaddon for the MS-DOS, but using high res. And then in the top places, Sliver by 7, which was really very moody, very well done, and Conveyor by Alcatraz, which was also insane, the quantity of different content that they had in just a single kilobyte. So very cool competition overall. The old school competition didn't have as many entries, was won by Blue Flame, second place for ZX Spectrum with Joker, and third place Washek of Arise with Cyan 1K. 156-byte intro fantasy console was one of the most highly competed ones. A lot of good quality entries here. You can see terrain spotting, Venera for the Pico 8, more ray tracing, Order in Chaos. A lot of cool stuff. Some Gyroid remake here, Pillars of the Demoscene, Death Star. A lot of cool stuff. I highly recommend you checking out the recording of this competition. Really funny release by Boy here. Yeah. So moving on to the high end for the MS-DOS, go for Alcatraz 1. Another Risk V entry got second place. And you see Killed by Pixel with something for JavaScript got third place. Old school platforms, Entangler from Baz won this one. Theta Waves was also pretty cool. Rodot for the Atari Jaguar in third place. A lot of entries with Sea Storm or boats on this compo. Don't know if there was like a sub theme or something, but that was really interesting to see. Like giving a theme, what different people can come up with. 32-byte intros, Isometrica, Clantkip, Quintus Quadratus. 32-byte old school competition. Multivortex was really cool. Sakara also had like sort of fractal there. And something for the Electronica BK as well. 112 bytes, which gives you a little bit more room to do stuff on fantasy and consoles, was won by Pestis. Luchak got second place, and Pelico's third place. Also very good compo. This is an invitation for the Sessions demo party that's happening in Japan. Night Ride, also good, very good scene position. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. Also recommend you checking out this competition. The old school category for this, and cool to see an Amiga. Not many Amiga entries on tiny size coding usually. And it's an unexpected duck for the Apple II. And yeah. 64-byte high-end conveyor by Digimind was very cool, but the RISC-V entry ended up winning. What else can we see? 64-byte for the old school category. Eight-bit showcase proof of concept by Goblinish won that one. The Byte competition was also very good. Had a lot of high quality releases, a lot of releases and very high quality. Tea Drinker won with technological base. Etude de la synthèse additive à Pestis got second place. Really high quality competition, especially considering the limitations of using Byte. Executable graphics high end was also very interesting to follow. A lot of good quality releases there. This fractal thingy by Tomcat ended up winning. Blossom got second place. Pestis did this very nice array march thing on the TIC-80. Sessenthal got fourth. Replicant, I still have no idea how the hell this is made. I wonder if it's like compressed at all. I have to try to debug it. And I got sixth place as well. I also did an entry for this. I really like this entry by the Ors. So a very high quality competition overall. Executable graphics for old school, the SCAT won for the Atari 8-bit, and Taragen by Vanity got second place. And they also had games, nano games, and some CGA pixel graphics things, which are also quite high quality with a lot of entries submitted. So yeah, Lovebyte, a lot of compos happening, but very good party. There were also some other stuff released surrounding the party, and Ask Me Anything, which was very insightful. Actually, two parts of it. Very insightful to learn more about size coding and what the different size coders think of the category and their process of doing stuff. There were also some seminars, how to do some size coding for processing and how to do some music for very tiny intros. I learned a lot with this seminar by Pestis about music. So yeah, a lot of interesting things for Lovebyte. Moving on to the next category, we have the Fjalldata releases that also took place. I think actually on the same weekend as Lovebyte. So Fjalldata happening in Sweden, mostly Commodore 64 and Amiga things. Not as big as the demo party, but having some good releases as well. You can see here some demos. The graphics competitions on Commodore 64 parties is always killer. This one is for the VIC-20 even. Eddie Kruger, how to skin a cat. That's an amazing competition of graphics entries. Very high quality. Music Compo, Patchkey. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff, especially if you like Commodore 64 things. Definitely check out the releases from Fjalldata. Was very good releases. They also had a special one file competition with the theme of Snowstorm. These were the winner by Fossil, then Offense, Fairlight, Genesis Project, and LFT. So also, if you have a Commodore 64, do check out these releases. What else? Jobj or Jobj, I don't know how to say it. Jobj, I think, had his 42th birthday, and he decided to get together with some friends and do a demo party about it. So this was the single compo that happened. Had a lot of Commodore 64 stuff, mostly by RBBS people, which were this group. And you can see quite a few entries released here. So yeah, that's also worth mentioning. Then we have the Undefined demo party happening in Russia that was announced to happen between 18th and 19th of February. Couldn't really find any information about it. I'm not sure if the releases were, if it was cancelled or if the releases never happened. I check out the main web page, but it only has information on how it will happen. These YouTube channels are not having any recent information. So I don't know what happened to it. Hoping to see some information being announced later on. Then we had mountain bites happening as well in Switzerland. The demo parties coming back to Switzerland after many years. They had the gala to reveal the Meteoriks nominees, as I previously mentioned, and they only had a few sets of Compo's combined graphics, which was won by Psychon. I'm gonna put it there. Very high quality. This is executable graphics, actually. I thought it was for Linux instead of Windows. I wonder if this is wrong or not. So yeah, good quality on the combined graphics competition. Music competition, I didn't actually catch it, so I don't know if it's good or not, but check it out anyways. Mibri always has some good music. Backdoor and Sega Musics as well. So then they had the famous overhead projector competition, where you use an overhead projector and some slides, transparent slides, to do your demo. It was won by I Can't, by Venti and Regines. And then the old school alternative platforms was won by Commodore 64 demo. My own entry got second place, a trip back to Caldox land. Then something for Orca, which is a very interesting platform to do live coding performances, sort of things like the game of life, but triggering audiovisual things. There was also a live set thing using Orca at Lovebyte, so that's why I know that it's Orca and how it sort of works. Really cool to see entry from that, and a small game by Lane as well. PC Demo Compo was won by a 4K by Friends of Rebels, Schlumpy winning this, and he's been doing a lot of 4Ks in the past couple of years, and this one was really on point. Very great house techno soundtrack and really banging visuals, really make it work very well. Demo with Ghost and Drogven with this very interesting aesthetic, and then there was a fast release, fast challenge for people to make demos given a specific soundtrack. You had 24 hours to make a demo out of that. The GIMP was one of the demos that came out of that. Kopsfash as well. Endless Forms of Immemorial, Concreti, Fast Memories, and Memory Lane. So 6 demos overall, I believe. And a couple other releases as well. Fast Made, Mountain Bites, not using the soundtrack, but using a similar approach. Mood Sepia by Substand, and the Meteoriks 2023 nominee, which was a Faryan demo. If you don't know what a Faryan demo, you're not missing much. So that was the Mountain Bites coverage, and the last event that happened on the month was Assembly Winter, which is mostly a gamers event, but they also had this one specific competition open to any Demoscene things, music, graphics, whatever you want to call it. So here are the list of entries that had. Was won by Instancy with their invitation intro for Instancy. That's happening right now in the beginning of March. This is not a donut, got second place. Then another entry using WebGL. This was a Shader Toy entry. Also an invitation for a LAN party that's happening in Oulu. This one actually does a demo inside a Stream Deck, and I do have one right here for the video, so it's really cool that you can actually make demos for this. I wonder if it's just, I wonder how it's done. I wonder how it's updated. I haven't checked it yet. Something for the Bash, something for the Commodore 64, and this is actually executable music, and then some graphics. And a slideshow that got disqualified because it uses some pre-existing graphics, but slideshow is really cool. It puts together a lot of the image that were released by Help Computer Zero, and he's very good, high quality artist for the ZX Spectrum, so really worth checking out this slideshow put together by 8-bit with very good music as well. So yeah, that was it for the Assembly Winter. moving on to other things, to wrap up the video, we have the top of the month, which actually seems very populated by stuff from GURP, Demo Party, Klubisk in first place. For Real, Water My Beard, all of these were mostly coming out of GURP Demo Party. There are some Lovebyte things that start to creep in here. Entangler is also from there, but mostly it's GURP Demo Party things happening. So one of the tendencies that I've noticed is that a lot of there are a lot more comments on Poet for non-size coding things. Size coding, I mean tiny size coding, like below 1K. There isn't that very reaction. On the stream, people seem to enjoy it and talk it and discuss it and say, I like this one, I didn't like that one. But then people don't seem to comment on Poet on them. And I understand that there are a lot of entries in a compo. If you want to cover them all and comment on them all, it becomes a chore. But I think we could all make a little bit of an effort to try to give more feedback, commentary overall to these kind of entries, especially if you checked the Lovebyte stream or checked the videos afterwards and saw those entries. It would be cool to see some more comments on those and on other competitions as well, not just Lovebyte. What else is there left to mention? Upcoming demo parties. So we are entering March now, and this is what we can expect. Instancy is happening right now in the beginning of March. We'll have a Stockholm Demoscene Klubben meetup as well, happening in the beginning of March. A couple more Finnish party, Forever Demo Party that I mentioned earlier on in the video, also happening in Slovakia. A couple more things happening in Sweden, and of course the main event will be Revision Demo Party, which we are all expecting to go back physically. The Revision is the biggest Demoscene event, pure Demoscene event, without having like a LAN party also for people who want to do gaming activities and other kind of stuff. So Revision is the biggest party every year, and I'm going. I hope you're coming as well. Want to meet everyone again in person. There's also PCC happening for the Commodore 64, also in Germany, also in April, and Sessions happening as part of another bigger conference, I believe, in Japan. So it's the same organizer as Tokyo Demo Fest, but having it incorporated into another kind of event. As far as I know, do check out the Sessions website to get more information on that. So yeah, that's all the things that I had to tell you about the Demoscene that happened in February 2023. Hope you liked it. Hope you like this kind of videos. If you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, donate a kidney, all that jazz, and donate something to me on my Patreon, patreon.com/psenough. Whatever you can afford to donate me, it helps me motivate to keep doing these videos. So €1, €2, €5, €10, whatever you feel comfortable with, do consider donating me something so I can attend more demo parties physically, because right now my schedule is I can only afford to go to Revision this year. That's my budget for the year. If I get a little increment on Patreon and on YouTube, I can also consider attending other demo parties further down the line during the year, and there are quite a few parties happening during the summer in the very least. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. See you next video. Bye bye everyone. Take care.